A time very recently, in a galaxy very, very close. A father, a biker, a decent human. Part 1 of Project Jade Ghost. A new and exciting motorcycle has been acquired, a 2021 RoadKing Special, known forevermore as the Jade Ghost. It is beginning the process of being customized to the particular taste and style of Robert Shipley. This is to be a very expensive and lengthy project. One begins with the addition of the Batwing fairing and the windshield. It is our hope that you will join us every step of the way by subscribing below and liking this video. Okay guys, welcome out. Now is the time that we are going to do the first addition to the Jade Ghost, and it is the box here from Memphis Shades. Before I do that, let's talk a little bit about two quick modifications that I did. Of course, one of them was to add on my phone mount and drop the mirrors here underneath the bars. I like the positioning a lot better than looking at my shoulders. This is a much better bike when it comes to the mirrors for not being able to see around your shoulders, but for me it still feels better to have them underneath, and for Saoirse too. Okay, so let's start by opening up our Memphis Shades Batwing fairing.
It's big, Daddy.
It is big.
Look at me, Dad.
I'm looking at you. It is windy. Aha! There it is. Here's your bubble wrap. Here you go. Watch out, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna apologize right here for the wind. It is 24 miles an hour right now in this video, and the temperature is about 41 degrees. My daughter, of course, is my primary assistant in this project. Now, although the wind can be a bit difficult to deal with in this video, it is very important that we talk about the wind because of the end of the video when I do the test ride on this bike. This bike did not move. The RoadKing is incredible in crosswinds, and that's a pretty hefty crosswind to have to deal with. It was very smooth, and I'm super happy with my purchase of this. My outgoing bike, the Fat Pop, wouldn't handle well in anything over 14 mile an hour crosswind. So let's go ahead and rejoin the video. Now, one of the reasons that I chose to do a Batwing fairing is to get a tiny bit of hand protection, and I really didn't want a whole bunch of wind on my shoulders. When I had the Road Warrior fairing on my prior bike, it was great, but it didn't protect my shoulders, and I had to use hand guards for my hands. Now this Batwing doesn't cover the hands directly, but it does a pretty good job at blocking a lot of what comes in. Instructions, very important. Okay, so step number one is to put these guys on the bike. Let's do that. It is important to point out that all the tools are included that you will need for this job. These are for the windshield. So we're going to set these aside. We're just going to tighten these to finger tightness for right now, because once we mount it on the bike, we're going to see how high or low we want it, and then we'll tighten the bolts from there. These guys go on the bolts. The hook is going to be, the latch is going to be on the upper side. Okay, I'm going to try to show you from this angle. What we're going to do is we're going to set the bottom forks down there into the bottom latches, or the bottom spacers, I should say. Snug those down. I'm going to come over here, and we're going to do that. We're going to do it on the other side as well. We're going to come in and clip that in there. Side as well. Now we're going to step back and see if we like how it looks and start adjusting it up and down. I'm going to have to put the camera down for this, but I'll see you on the other side. Okay, let's break out that windshield and see what we need to do there. Wow, there goes some instructions. Now I got the light smoke windshield, and I got the smallest one they had. I believe it was a 5-inch. Let's take a look at this guy. Excellent. And there we go. Let's get out our instructions here and see how this goes. Okay, pretty simple, straightforward. Should not be a problem. Let's start with the middle. I need one of those and one of those and one of those. This should get me going. I'll meet you over at the bike. So it looks like we're gonna have our very first hiccup on here, and I'll show you what that is. When putting it in, we are getting a hit right there on the oil reservoir, trying to line that up. So I'm gonna have to put the camera down and do some work around, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, there you go. Jade Shadow with the Batwing fairing. And what I did, excuse the wind please, to get the workaround is I took this off and I put the windshield on. It's just a screw through there and this nut on the top. And I tightened that down. I loosened this guy right here, this top nut, to give a little bit more flex inside the Batwing so that it could be pushed out a little bit further. Then I clamped it on, got it real snug up against there, and then I tightened that top bolt right down there. So it is on nice and solid and firm. This is what it looks like from back here. Inside the cockpit, you got a little bit of airflow to keep you cool on a warm day, not a whole bunch. Protection for the hands. Here's your fairing, guys. Give us that nice chopped roadster look. Time to take it out and test it and see how it goes. Notice, by the way, the windshield that I got curves up and away from the rider to try to create a little bit more of an air bubble to go above the head for buffeting. We'll see how that works. Join me for the ride. Guys, I'm starting out in the neighborhood here, but quickly we'll jump up on the access road and get up to between 70 and 72 miles an hour. You'll notice that although my beard is moving around there is not a lot of movement of my head. I really didn't feel much on my chest or helmet, no buffeting at all. I will be giving you a long-term review soon because we typically drive, 80 to 100 miles an hour here in Texas on the freeway, and let you know how the higher speeds do. Until then, let's finish up this video with a final shot of the Jade Ghost.